Welcome to the Freaky Stories podcast.
Yes, hello everyone.
Get ready for your daily double dose of the delightfully strange.
That's right. 2 stories every day.
Today we're taking a freaky probe into 2 flash fiction stories.
Yes.
These stories really twist the everyday into something wonderfully weird, something freaky.
You know, these stories, they came from our listeners.
You shared some seriously imaginative stuff, and we went through it all.
Oh, we did.
And we extracted the juiciest bits, the absolute most mind-bending bits just for you.
We did a lot of reading.
So consider this your personal freaky probe into the bizarre.
Yeah, that's right.
Designed to leave you thoroughly entertained, maybe a little unsettled.
Oh, definitely unsettled.
You know, maybe you'll start pondering the slightly off-kilter nature of reality.
You know, that's what I like about these stories. They make you think.
Yeah. What strikes me right away is how both of these stories, they take a seemingly normal premise.
Yeah.
Like something you think you know, but then bam, there's this element that throws everything off kilter.
They do.
It makes you think about the potential for the extraordinary lurking just beneath the surface of the ordinary.
Yeah.
Okay, so our first freaky probe whisks us away to, well, a place you might think you know. A Victorian tea shop.
Okay.
But trust me, this isn't your grandma's afternoon tea. The flash fiction story, Tempest in a Teapot, plunges us headfirst into the chaotic life of Priscilla, the owner of Lavender and Lace.
Lavender and Lace.
Very quaint.
It is a quaint name, yes.
But spoiler alert, tranquility's definitely not on the menu.
No, it's not.
What's so immediately compelling about this story is, well, this collision of the expected and the utterly unexpected.
The juxtaposition, right from the start. You have this very traditional image,
Nice.
almost archetypal, really, of a Victorian tea shop, a bastion of calm, polite society, you know?
Right, exactly.
And then you introduce time travel. It's just brilliant. It's a fantastic setup for unexpected conflict.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it really highlights the resilience of the human spirit. How do you maintain a sense of normalcy when reality itself is, well, becoming unhinged?
Absolutely. It turns out Priscilla's inheritance isn't just old lace and bone china.
No.
It's a full-blown haven and sometimes battleground
Yeah.
for time travelers of all stripes.
Time travelers. Wow.
Forget delicate cucumber sandwiches.
Yeah.
Priscilla's dealing with temporal turbulence on a Tuesday.
Every day.
It makes you wonder, doesn't it, about the hidden histories within ordinary places.
Right, like what's going on behind the scenes, what's going on behind closed doors.
Yeah,
I mean, the possibilities are endless.
Prepare yourself for, well, a delightful whirlwind of anachronisms.
Oh, yeah.
The story throws us straight into the deep end of cross-era encounters. Retired chrononauts casually dropping historical bombshells.
Over their Earl Grey.
Over their Earl Grey.
That's right.
You got cowboys swaggering and demanding drinks that would make a Victorian faint,
Oh, yes.
and physicists battling jet lag from epochs away.
Epochs.
It's like this very specific, very bizarre community has sprung up in this unlikely location.
I like to think of it as, like a temporal melting pot
Yeah.
where all these different eras come together.
It's the sheer absurdity of it that's so brilliant.
Oh, absolutely.
Imagine Priscilla's initial shock.
Yeah.
1 minute she's arranging scones, the next she's mediating a dispute between a Roman centurion and a bewildered Edwardian lady over queue etiquette.
Right.
I mean, how do you even begin to explain that?
You can't.
Her quaint little tea shop has become this unbelievable temporal transit hub. It
Yeah.
makes you think about how we adapt to new realities, no matter how strange.
How flexible are we, really,
Oh,
as
no.
human beings?
Okay, so what happens when a caveman walks in,
Oh, boy.
expecting, as the story notes, mammoth steak,
Yeah.
and is presented with a delicate cheese platter?
I can only imagine.
The clash of expectations, the complete misunderstanding of social norms across millennia.
It's comedic gold.
It's hilarious.
But it also touches on those fundamental differences in the human experience across time.
Yes.
And I think that's what makes it so fascinating.
Okay, it gets better. There's a Viking
Oh, no.
who, thanks to a tea-cozy mishap, mistakes Priscilla for a Valkyrie.
The Valkyrie.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
And starts issuing battle challenges over a plate of perfectly good crumpets.
No.
I mean, you can't make this stuff up.
It's brilliant.
Well, someone did.
Yeah.
And we're loving it. It's a perfect example of how easily misunderstandings can arise when you throw completely different worldviews into the same space.
Right. I mean, imagine trying to explain the concept of a tea cozy.
Or a crump.
Or crummet to a Viking. It's a recipe for disaster.
So beyond the initial chaos, the story cleverly explores Priscilla's unexpected role
Uh-huh.
as a sort of reluctant therapist for these time-displaced individuals.
Oh, that's interesting.
I mean, think about it. Who else would they talk to?
Yeah, they're stuck in a completely different time.
They're fish out of water.
Exactly. And who's going to understand their predicament?
No one. Except maybe another time traveler.
And even then,
Maybe not even then.
who knows what their experience is like?
Right.
So yeah, Priscilla becomes this unlikely confidant.
This ordinary tea shop owner becomes a confidant for people across the vast expanse of history.
Imagine the stories she must hear.
Over endless cups of tea.
And supportive scones.
And surprisingly supportive scones, these travelers, they spill their secrets.
Their deepest fears.
They talk about regrets, about lost loves in different centuries, anxieties about causing timeline paradoxes.
Oh, the paradoxes.
Even existential dread about turning Tuesdays into tentacles. Apparently that's a thing.
That's a new one for me.
It really highlights how even the most fantastical scenarios can still be grounded in universal human emotions.
That's what makes it relatable. I mean, we may not have experienced time travel,
Right.
but we've all felt those anxieties.
Those fears.
Exactly.
Okay, so now, how does Priscilla deal with the practicalities of running a business with this clientele?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Well, Priscilla, bless her Victorian heart, she rises to the occasion.
She does. She establishes house rules.
Oh, she does.
And they're fantastic.
Oh, they're amazing. Okay, so one of them is no altering the outcomes of major sporting events.
Oh, that's a classic.
Classic. And I love this one. Please finish your tea before chasing rogue dinosaurs through the shop.
Sensible advice.
Very sensible. Oh, and this one's my favorite. Tips in chocolate are always appreciated.
Oh, who wouldn't love that?
What time traveler doesn't love chocolate?
Right.
It's her pragmatic approach to the utterly insane.
Absolutely.
That's so endearing. It's a testament to her adaptability, isn't it?
It is.
Faced with utter chaos, she doesn't just crumble.
No.
She institutes a framework, however bizarre, to manage it.
And the story mentions anti-anomaly jammers disguised as floral doilies.
I love that detail.
The ingenuity, the blending of the mundane with the extraordinary.
It's brilliant.
It's a clever way the author uses humor to explore this idea of control.
Right.
In uncontrollable situations.
And she gets help from the most unexpected sources.
Really?
Mrs. Frobisher, the prim and proper oolong enthusiast,
Yeah.
turns out to be a retired chrononaut with a surprising knowledge of repelling time-traveling pests. You just never know who your tea-drinking companions might be.
You really don't. It reinforces the idea that everyone has their own hidden depths.
Yes.
Unexpected skills.
Okay, so the physicist with a calculator watch.
Oh, yes.
He helps her with time-displaced water density.
What?
For the kettle. This apparently helps to prevent the 1904 teapot explosion incident.
1904.
Which, let's be honest, sounds like a headline we'd all click on.
I would.
And the cowboy, apparently, he's great at soothing ruffled Edwardian feathers.
Really?
When he's not wrangling velociraptors. It's this lovely picture of community forming in the most unusual way.
I love that.
And amidst all this temporal madness,
Mm-hmm.
a charming romance blossoms. A shy Regency-era gentleman, completely bewildered by the present day, finds solace in Priscilla's calm demeanor and her perfectly brewed Earl Grey. Can you imagine dating across centuries?
Oh, the communication challenges, the potential for misunderstandings. It's mind-boggling.
It's hilarious. So we've got frantic games of charades to communicate around confused time travelers.
Oh, yeah.
Whispered sweet nothings beneath anomaly-blocking devices. And then, of course, the ultimate romantic gesture. Rescuing her best china from a rogue pterodactyl with a well-aimed teapot.
Oh, my goodness. Talk about a meet-cute.
Right.
It's the ordinary act of saving china elevated to an act of intertemporal chivalry.
That teapot isn't just for tea anymore.
It's a weapon.
It's a multi-purpose tool. So the story brilliantly uses these tropes, like fish out of water for both Priscilla and her time-traveling patrons.
Right.
There's comically missing the point in their interactions with the tea shop setting and the inherent anachronic order of their arrivals.
Oh, yes.
And let's not forget the noodle implement, that teapot, as an anti-anomaly weapon.
So clever.
It's a testament to human ingenuity, finding unexpected uses for everyday objects.
Absolutely. And the hidden depths in Priscilla herself.
Yeah.
Who knew that being meticulous about tea preparation could translate into an ability to fix time paradoxes?
It's amazing.
It's a perfect example of mundane made awesome.
Yes.
Taking the ordinary and revealing its extraordinary potential.
It makes you wonder what hidden talents we all possess.
Right.
That might only emerge in unusual circumstances.
Exactly.
All right, hold on to your hats, because our second freaky probe shifts gears completely.
Okay.
We're leaving the chaotic charm of the time-traveling tea shop behind and plunging headfirst into a starkly different world.
Right.
A dystopian future where conformity is king.
Ooh, interesting.
This flash fiction story, Rules Are for Sheep, presents a chilling vision of a society obsessed with order and adherence to a complex system of regulations. It's a fascinating contrast to the more whimsical chaos of the first story.
It is. It's a real shift in tone and setting.
Right.
Where the first story found humor in external chaos.
Yes.
This one delves into the potential for internal rebellion against suffocating order.
Right.
It makes you consider which is more unsettling, a reality that's unpredictably bizarre or one that's rigidly controlled.
Yeah, that's a great point. So, in this story, we meet Iris.
Iris.
She's a teenager who absolutely prizes order.
Okay.
Her life is meticulously planned, color-coded, the whole 9 yards. She loves the system's endless rules.
Oh, wow.
For her, they represent safety and predictability
Okay.
in a scary world. But her perfectly ordered life is about to get seriously derailed,
Oh, no.
all thanks to some free snacks.
Free snacks.
It's a wonderfully ironic starting point.
It is. The inciting incident is wonderfully ironic.
Yeah.
Iris attends a rebellion rally purely because, well, she heard there would be refreshments. It's not a burning desire for freedom
Right.
that draws her in, but the promise of something to eat.
It's a classic Iris move.
Right. This immediately establishes her character
Uh-huh.
and sets the stage for the accidental nature of her involvement.
Right.
It's a very human motivation, and it underscores the idea that even in the most oppressive systems, those basic needs and desires persist.
So picture this. Iris is in this overcrowded square,
Okay.
amidst all the chanting and the raised fists,
Uh-huh.
of defiance against the system, the very system that she so diligently follows.
Right.
And her world flips upside down. A system enforcer grabs her, not for rebelling,
No.
but because they mistake her for the infamous revolutionary leader known only as Sparrow.
Sparrow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
The sheer absurdity of the situation is almost comical.
It is.
But you can also feel the terror
Oh, yeah.
Iris must be experiencing.
The sheer terror and disbelief
Yes.
she must have felt. 1 second, she's blending in, adhering to every regulation. The next, she's being thrust onto a stage
Right.
as the figurehead
Of the rebellion.
of the very movement she would normally avoid at all costs.
Yeah.
The irony is almost painful
It's a lot.
and incredibly compelling.
It's a great story.
It makes you think about how easily our identities can be misconstrued
Right?
and the unexpected roles we can be forced into.
Okay, so instead of delivering this fiery revolutionary speech,
Yeah.
Iris, in true Iris fashion,
Uh-huh.
launches into a detailed dissection of the absurdity of mundane regulations.
No.
Oh, yes. The story specifically mentions her rant about Rule 212C, the sock color restrictions.
Sock color restrictions.
Yeah. Can you imagine this supposed leader railing against sock colors?
It's so unexpected.
It is, and yet, in a way, completely understandable.
Right. I mean, in a world where everything is so tightly controlled,
Yes.
even the smallest act of nonconformity can feel like a rebellion.
And what's truly brilliant is the unexpected reaction. The crowd, instead of being disappointed,
Uh-huh.
they erupt in agreement.
Whoa.
It turns out her exasperated rant about bureaucratic nonsense resonates deeply
Yeah.
with her own hidden frustrations.
And the system enforcers.
Oh, they are completely flummoxed by her recitation of regulations. It's rebellion through bureaucracy, and it's strangely effective,
It's brilliant. It highlights the power of shared grievances.
even those that might seem trivial.
Right.
Okay, so in the ensuing chaos, Iris manages to slip away,
Oh, good.
not feeling victorious, but utterly terrified by the sheer unpredictability of what just happened.
Right.
Suddenly, she's Sparrow.
Sparrow.
Her meticulously organized life is in tatters, and the actual rebellion, fueled by her accidental speech, refuses to let her go.
Oh, wow. It's a fantastic example of how unintended consequences can completely upend our lives.
This is where that reluctant hero trope
Yeah.
is played to perfection. Iris, the ultimate rule follower,
Uh,
becomes the accidental leader of a rebellion she never wanted.
I love that.
And yet, being forced into this unwanted spotlight,
Yeah.
she starts to see the flaws in the system she once blindly obeyed. The disappearances, the denied opportunities based on loyalty scores. It just shows how direct experience, even if it's accidental, can really shatter ingrained beliefs.
And what fuels her isn't some grand ideal of freedom.
Right.
It's this simmering resentment at losing control of her own life.
Right.
So in true Iris style, she starts to fight back.
But not with fiery speeches or acts of defiance.
No.
No. With meticulous flowcharts and contingency plans
Uh-huh.
for every rule-breaking scenario. Her weapon of choice.
Only guess.
Bureaucratic sabotage.
Yes.
It's brilliant. It's a subversion of the typical rebel narrative. It's mundane made awesome.
Absolutely.
In a completely different way.
So instead of epic battles, we get disruptions to supply chains.
Yes.
Accidental, of course.
Of course.
But, by citing logistical inconsistencies,
Uh-huh.
merit point distribution errors.
Throwing the entire system into disarray.
It's death by 1,000 paper cuts
It is. It's brilliant.
for this dystopian regime.
It really suggests that sometimes the most effective resistance is not through direct confrontation,
Yeah.
but by exploiting the weaknesses within the system itself.
Exactly.
The actual rebels are understandably baffled
Uh-huh.
by their new leader, who cares more about sock regulations than rousing speeches.
I love her.
But Iris, driven by her need for control, has found her own unique way to fight.
Yeah.
She's not trying to tear down the system with grand gestures. She's drowning it in its own rules.
Yeah.
It's a humorous but insightful commentary on rebellion and leadership.
Absolutely. There's this wonderful moment where a fiery, passionate rebel confronts her
Oh, yeah.
about her unconventional methods.
Uh-huh.
He wants that righteous battle.
Yeah.
And Iris snaps back. She says, "It's the only battle I know how to fight. What's your plan, poet boy? Get arrested reciting sonnets."
Oh, that's amazing. It perfectly encapsulates her character and her approach to revolution.
It highlights how our individual strengths, even if they seem unconventional, can be powerful tools for change.
So this isn't your typical heroic rebellion.
No.
It's awkward.
Mm-hmm.
It's bureaucratic.
Yes.
It's sparked by a mistake and fueled by spreadsheets.
Spreadsheets.
But it's Iris's rebellion,
Yeah.
and it's utterly unique.
I love it.
So the story ends with her captured, but facing the system council.
Uh-oh.
Not with fear, but with this terrifying glint in her eye,
Uh-huh.
as she begins to dissect Rule 108A.
Oh, no.
You know things are about to get very interesting.
In a very real-oriented way.
In a very rule-oriented way, this flash fiction story uses tropes like mistaken identity,
Uh-huh.
fish out of water for Iris in the rebel world,
Right.
and the hilarious rousing speech.
That's anything but typical.
Anything but typical.
Exactly. It's a powerful reminder that power and resistance can manifest in the most unexpected ways.
Yeah.
And that even the most rigid systems can be challenged from within, sometimes through the very rules they seek to enforce. Right.
Both of these stories, in their own unique ways, showcase how individuals navigate
Yeah.
and sometimes even thrive
Uh-huh.
within bizarre or oppressive circumstances.
So there you have it. 2 flash fiction stories,
Yes.
offering a potent double shot of the freaky and the fascinating. From the temporal tea time tribulations of Priscilla to the accidental anarchy ignited by Iris.
They're quite a pair.
These narratives highlight how the extraordinary can erupt
Uh-huh.
from the seemingly ordinary.
We hope this freaky probe has sparked your imagination
Yeah.
and left you with some intriguing mental landscapes to consider.
Yes.
Both stories, in their own unique ways, explore the disruption of the normal
Right.
and the unexpected ways individuals respond to chaos.
Whether it's temporal or societal.
Exactly.
So what resonated most with you in these stories?
Yeah, what did you think? Were you surprised by Priscilla's pragmatic approach to managing time-traveling mayhem? Or were you more intrigued by Iris's rule-based rebellion against a dystopian regime? We encourage you to ponder these strange scenarios.
I think it's important to think about these things.
Yeah.
How would we react in these situations?
What kind of hidden chaos might be lurking just beneath the surface of your own daily routines?
Right.
And what unexpected strengths might you discover when faced with the bizarre?
It really makes you think about the nature of order and chaos,
Yeah.
and how human beings find ways to adapt and even find humor or connection
Yes.
in the most unlikely situations.
Thank you for joining us on the Freaky Stories podcast.
Yes, thank you for listening.
Rate and follow for more addictive freaky probes into the wonderfully weird.
We'll be back tomorrow with 2 more stories.
Until our next delve into the delightfully strange, keep your eyes open. You never know when your own ordinary day might take a decidedly freaky turn.
You never know.